Hey you guys, Kiala here, and I just gotta come to tell you what happened to me last night. Okay, I drive for Uber part-time in New Orleans, Louisiana, and right now this weekend is Decadence weekend. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically Pride weekend in New Orleans, and I need to invest in a dash cam because this is the second incident where something has happened and it could have been my word against your word, and I don't have time to be, trying to fight with people or fuss with people, over, them being drunk or them trying to scam me. So let me tell you about the incident that happened to me last night. Okay, like I said, it's Decadence weekend. I picked up a rider off Bourbon Street, because Bourbon for Decadence is kind of closed off, so you can pick them up like a block over, which I think is like Dauphine. I picked up on Dauphine and Iberville, and I think that's street. But I picked her up, and she was headed back to her hotel in Metairie, which was strange because she was by herself. But anyway, we're getting there, and she's like, "Yeah, this is my first time here," and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, "Oh, great, did you have a great time?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's great. You don't have to leave the other people because they don't want to leave. Keep in mind, it's like 2:30 in the morning, okay? She's like, "Yeah, I left them because they don't know when to leave. I'm tired, I'm ready to go," and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Okay, seems cool, legit, right?" Now, usually I follow the Uber app when it comes to directions, unless it's something that I know if it's taking me a long way, because I kind of know the city a little bit. But if it's like a personal or private address and I'm not familiar with it, I follow the Uber app. But if it's like a hotel that I know, I'm like, oh, I know how to get there even quicker. I don't have to take the Uber, the GPS on Uber, because it usually sends you around and stuff. And then you have traffic, so I kind of know my back routes and ways to get places quicker. So I'm following the app as usual, and it stays on my phone, and she's back there, head in her phone, because I always kind of glance at through my rear view at the passenger just to make sure that they're not doing anything back there, shady. I don't need nobody to try to, like, I don't know, I'm super cautious. I just have to look and make sure you're not fidgeting too much behind me, okay? So, like I said, we're on interstate, I-10, and I hear this little doop sound, like this little sound that something went wrong, right? So I look at my app, and the trip said trip canceled. And I was like, and I said, calm. I was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, did you cancel the trip? I think the trip canceled. Did you actually hit the button?" She was like, "What trip?" I said, "The trip we going on, it canceled. Did you cancel it?" She was like, "No, I shouldn't have canceled it." So by this point, I'm thinking of, the times I've seen YouTube videos about people scamming people for, free rides. All that came into play really quickly. I was like, okay, it's probably one of those moments. But the great, positive person me was like, well, maybe she accidentally pressed the button because she is back there on the phone. It could be an accident. So I pulled over on the interstate. If you're familiar with the area, I pulled over to a safe spot I know it's kind of weird to say safe spot on interstate, but it's between when the 610 and the I-10 merge, which is a nice big old gap, so it's not like you're going to get hit by a car, and it's 2:30 in the morning, so there isn't really a lot of traffic on the interstate at the time. So I pulled over and I was like, "Hey, so listen, just re-request me, or re-request another Uber, or you can even just call Uber and they can just put it back up on the phone or something, so I can bring you." And she was like, "Well, let's just go. I'll just give you cash the rest of the way. That's no big thing. I'll just give you cash. It's like $10, right?" Ma'am, no, come on now. Come on, baby. First of all, like I said again, it's Decadence week, so the app was surging. It was already $9 additional for surge. So your trip that usually would probably be about $15 from Metairie, the hotel you were at, to, Bourbon Street, it's now $20-something, okay, because of the surge. I said, "No, I can't accept cash because I work, for Uber, and we can't accept cash. I can't." I say, "Is insurance reasons I can't accept cash. You have to be on the app because the insurance have you as a liability, on my insurance that I paid through Uber." She says, well, I mean, what's the possibility of us getting in a wreck, this time of the morning? So that's when I was like, okay, so bitch, excuse my language, but bitch, you tried to scheme me. That's what you tried to do. You're trying to scheme me. And now you want me to go along with your bullshit about giving me $10 for a canceled trip and bring you to your hotel. So I was like, So when I said, look, you're going to have to either re-request me, or ask for another Uber, or you have to get out of my car. She was like, get out the car? This is the interstate. I'm not getting on the interstate. I said, you canceled your trip on the interstate. You are not on the insurance. I said, if I get in a wreck, if I get hit or I hit somebody, you could sue me, and Uber is not covering it. You will sue me, my insurance, personally. I said, ma'am, that's not how that works. You can't be here. And I said, and then the app is surging, y'all. So I'm already getting like agitated, and I'm trying to be as calm as I possibly can be, because I know the game you're trying to play with me. I caught it really quick, and I only been driving Uber for about 5 months now. And I've never had nothing like this happen before, and I knew what it was, especially when you said I could just give you the $10. Ma'am, even if you was offering me $100, I'm not driving you in my car for $100. I don't give it. If we get in a wreck, I am on the hook for that. No, $100 is not worth a $20,000 loss settlement. In Louisiana, we amongst the highest state when it comes to car accident payouts. I ain't doing it. I ain't got $20,000 laying around to give you. Come on now, you gotta get up out of here. So when I realized that she wasn't trying to re-request, acting like something wrong with her phone, I said, okay. I said, look, I'm just gonna call the police and we're gonna figure this out, all right? So I called the police, like on the phone right away. Keep in mind, we are in Jefferson Parish, and they came 1.2 seconds. I mean, they pulled up like I was the damn president, okay? They pulled up very quickly. And when I was telling the officer, before I even explained, and I say, sir, she have to re-request a new Uber. She canceled the trip and she have to get out. The officer was like, well, you should bring her to a safe area. Take the calls the Bonneville exit and just drop her off at the nearest exit. I said, sir, well, let me explain to you what's really going on here. Let me explain to you what's happening. And when I explained, I said, this is what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, oh yeah, my nephew drives Uber, and he told me a person tried to do it to him. And when she was trying to talk, he was like, no, you knew exactly what you was doing, because you offered her cash. So you're trying to, scheme the system. And I told him, I said, sir, she's not getting in my car. I say, at this point, she's not getting in. I'm not driving her anywhere. We are beyond that. This is my personal vehicle. I paid for it. I own this. Don't nobody own this. Ain't no lien on this. Ain't no hold. Ain't no lien holder. I own this car. I worked hard to pay for this car cash. I don't have time to play with her. She's not getting in my car. So you know what happened? The police officer politely put her in his vehicle and drove her to the nearest exit, Bonneville exit. And I called up Uber and explained the situation. And the guy on the phone was very nice about it. And I was like, what do I do in the situation? And he was like, you did what you could do. And that's true. You're not covered. I said, sir, I don't mind bringing somebody to a nearest a gas station or something. I said, but I'm thinking out of it as from a business point, because that's exactly what this is. I do this as a business to provide for me and my family. That's what I do. Okay, so if I'm just trying to be a nice person and bring her to a gas station, a lighted area, whether it's a mile down or what, and somebody comes along and slap me in the back, or I slap somebody else in the back, am I not liable for this person in my car? Will Uber still pay for the damages to this woman for being in my car, even though we're not on a active ride? He said no. So with that being said, when you cancel the ride on me, wherever we are, we can be in the middle of the Sahara Desert, you are going to get out and you're going to walk, and we're going to hope that Jesus rained down some tears for you to have and make it to where you need to make it, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not. And I was so thankful that the officer came. He came right on time. I need to invest in me a dash cam, because it is getting out of hand. Talking about she from out of town. So you come from out of town to New Orleans trying to scheme us. First of all, Louisiana already pulled. I'm already pulled. I don't have time to play with you trying to scheme me. And then little do you know, even though you canceled the trip, you still had to pay me from the point that I made it to once you canceled it. So that surge was still on there, ma'am. The surge was still on there. Little do you know. Okay, so if I can give anybody some advice, it would be invest in your dash cam. And the reason why I never did it, because I only do it part-time. I don't have to worry about it. But this is the second incident that something has happened to where, it could have been my word versus your word. You trying to scheme me for a damn free ride. What the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, you could have hung out till in the morning. It's only a couple more hours. You could have hung out. The quarter never closed. Bourbon Street never shut down. You could have hung out till 6 in the morning, got on a streetcar, caught a bus, and got to the hotel if you didn't have $25. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to let you guys go. And I hate to hold up 10 minutes of your time watching this video, but it's hard out here being an Uber driver. God damn. It really damn is. And then when you do the math for the money you make, this shit don't be worth it, even though it is, because I still do it. But, man, the stuff you got to deal with. And then you get on the line with the customer care team, and they seem it all. Thank you so much, ma'am. We sorry that happened to you. And trying to make it like, they there for you. But I don't feel they are. Because somebody like that is going to still have access to Uber account. She is trying to scheme the system. If somebody's getting caught scheming the system or assaulting a Uber driver or anything, vandalizing their vehicle or throwing anything, you should be permanently deactivated, especially if they have footage of it. And then, I don't know. It's just, it's trash. They need to figure something out. Because, it's awful dealing with drunk people in New Orleans. We're in New Orleans, Louisiana, and the characters I pick up, the way people act when they drink, like, the nicest people can be so aggressive when they drink. It's really sad. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have a nice day, and stay safe out there driving for Uber. Stay safe out there getting in Ubers, riding with Uber, using Uber, and that's it. Bye.